When you do a move like that in training and for a video like that, I wonder if it maybe is different from the normal moves that you do, because I imagine that in your situation everything you do is quite natural, but in a situation like this, doing a training video, you break it down into small component parts. Is it difficult to see a move in your mind as a series of steps, or is it something that comes naturally? Can you relate to a move done in small steps like that?
Yeah, it's easier, or it's better to do it in a game, because you don't have to think what to do. It's just the thing that you decide in seconds. In the commercial, I knew what I had to do, but the people who was defending, they knew as well, so they was trying to stop the shot, stop the dribbling all the time. It was funny because sometimes you can do a different things and all of them go to the right and you go to the left. It's not good for the video because we have to spend more time, but sometimes it's nice, and the game is easier.
For you, how much of your game is instinct and how much of your game is training? Can you really work on a move like that in training and perfect it ready for a match?
Yeah, of course. One of the best things here in England is we have plenty of time to training and improve everything. So normally after the training every day, you can stay 10-20 minutes trying shooting on goal or dribbling, or try to test the boot or yourself, the shoot, the crosses, everything, and you can see if you have to improve something with the boot or just with your own. And it's nice to get time to improve. I think when the people buy this boot, I can see everything inside the box, not just the boot, every movement for the international players or for the coaches. It's nice to learn about the professionals. So when I was 10, 11 years old, I couldn't improve with the videos or online, and the people now, they can do it, so they have to approach.
That's enough of me asking you questions. We've had thousands and thousands of questions from people through the Nike Football Facebook site, asking you all sorts of questions about your game, about Liverpool, about Spain. So maybe it's a good idea if we ask them to give you your questions. The first one comes from Damien Bonnet in France, and he wants to know when you started playing, how old you were when you first started playing football.
Oof, it's a long time ago. I remember when I was more or less 4 or 5 years old. Well, I have a brother. He's 8 years older than me, and he was a goalkeeper. He was a goalkeeper in the team of our school, and he needed one people shooting him to improve. And
so you were a practice man. You were.
Yeah, because to be honest, I didn't like football when I was a kid, because
really,
yeah, I was playing with everything, not especially football. But my brother take me to the park and say, now start to shooting me. I had to practice. And I start to shooting the ball all the time against my brother. He was a keeper, and I start to feel good and start to enjoy with the football. And that was the first time I played.
Does that mean that the first thing we should do when we finish here today is phone your brother up and say thanks to him, all those Liverpool fans, all those Spain fans, because without him there'd be no Fernando Torres?
It's true, and after when I was 6, I started to play with my friends in the school, in the local tournament, and I started to enjoy a lot and keep playing until today. I don't stop.
There's a question as well from Aaron Borsari in Italy, who says, and he points out something that I think a lot of people have talked about, you seem to have adapted very quickly to English football, given that you came from Spain, you came from La Liga. Why is that? Why was it so easy for you to make the step and maybe even be a better player in England than in Spain?
Yeah, I think so. I think the football that I like and my condition is better to adapt to the English football than the Spanish. But I think the main thing, or the most important thing to play quick, good, is the supporting of my teammates and the manager and everything involved in the club. They make too easy my adaptation here. So I arrive, I just have to think in play football, and my teammates are asking me if I need something, helping me on the pitch, outside the pitch. So if you can be happy in the city, in the club, and just thinking in play football is much easier. So it's thanks to my teammates and the managers.
Here's a question that might anger one or two defenders out there in the Premier League, John Terry perhaps, Nemanja Vidic. Is it easier in England? Are these defenders easier to beat?
No. I think here in England we have probably the best defenders in the world, so it's nice to play against these kind of players, Vidic, Ferdinand, Terry, Carvalho. It's nice to play against them because you can test if you can play against. But it's very, very difficult and very hard because they are stronger than you, quicker than you. They have more experience than you. But it's a nice test to yourself to see if you can do something right.
You've been in England obviously for a number of years now. Which has been your favourite goal for Liverpool since you joined the club?
Well, it's difficult. I remember one against Arsenal, the Champions League quarter-final 2 seasons ago. For me, it was special because the crowd, the atmosphere in the stands was unbelievable after that goal. And maybe it's not the more beautiful or not the most important because after that Arsenal scored the equalize and it was not a crucial goal, but I felt in that moment like flying at Anfield, scoring in front of the cup, an important goal was the most important moment for me.
We've got another question coming from Facebook, and it's from Gupus Semi, who asks, is it really true that when you played for Atletico Madrid you had an armband that said you'll never walk alone on the inside when you were playing for Atletico?
Yeah, it's true.
And why did that come about? What happened? What was the story behind that?
A long history behind. I have a group of friends, the friend that I had from always. My more close friends from the school, from the village. I always with them. And they was thinking about make all of us a tattoo, the same tattoo, and they decide to make. It's not "You'll never walk alone." In the armband is "We will never walk alone."
So it was a gesture
similar.
of friendship.
Yeah, it doesn't matter when we are. Always we will be together. So I say to them, I cannot do that tattoo because it's very close to a Liverpool legend or Liverpool important.
You can do it now.
Word. Well. But I said, okay, in my birthday, they give me a armband with that inside, like, okay, you can't do the tattoo yet, but you can put in your armband and play every weekend. That is the history.
Fantastic. We got a question too from Tommy Oyumkinde, who says, how important has Rafa Benitez been in your improvement? How has he helped you improve your game as a coach?
Well, the first thing is, thanks to him, I come to Liverpool. Because it's important when Rafa called me and asked me if I would like to join Liverpool, to come to England. I think it's important the manager call. Maybe if Liverpool had another manager, it's difficult to decide. But I knew Liverpool had a Spanish manager, really important manager in the world. Some Spanish players as well will be easier for me to come, arrive and be happy. And I think after. When I arrive, this kind of manager is always trying to improve the players, always in top of you, don't let you relaxing, always trying to 10 minutes more training, go with the ball against the wall and try to pass. Every day he wants to do something different to improve the players. So I can't relax. He's every day trying to do something right because he never say to the player, okay, you have done a very good game. Always say, no bad, but you have to improve that. You could have had trick and always he goes against you and say, really bad game. You have to improve defensively. You have to improve the pressing and everything. So I like that because he's pushing me to get me better player, and I have to say thank you to him because he's a very important person in my career, and he will be.